carbanion and their reactions. In previous lecture, we have studied the synthetic application of malonic ester. Now, the second synthetic reagent used is acetoacetic ester, or another name of this compound is ethyl acetoacetate. Ethyl acetoacetate, or in short, it is also called as AAE. Now, this ethyl acetoacetate, it contains again the CH2, which is flanked by ketonic carbonyl and ester carbonyl functional group. This ethyl acetoacetate, it can be synthesized by glycine ester condensation that we have studied. There are 2 moles of ethyl acetate. They react in presence of sodium ethoxide to give you the acetoacetic ester. You know the mechanism also. Now let's see the first application of this acetoacetic ester, that is the synthesis of substituted acetone. So we can carry out monoalkylation or dialkylation. So this is the structure of ethyl acetoacetate: CH3, C double bond O, CH2, COO80. So the steps are same. First you have to treat it with the base like sodium ethoxide, then treat it with the alkyl halide. Third step is the hydrolysis, and last step is decarboxylation. So if you carry out the monoalkylation, that is if you treat it with only one alkyl halide, you get the monoalkylated acetone. But if you treat it with the 2 alkyl halide molecules, then we get the dialkylation. So let's say first we are going to synthesize this compound. The name of this compound is 1 2 3 4 5 3 ethyl 2 pentanone, as 5 carbons are there, and at 2 there is a carbonyl, so it is 2 pentanone, and at carbon number 3 there is ethyl substituent, therefore it is 3 ethyl 2 pentanone. Now we are going to synthesize this 3 ethyl 2 pentanone. So first step is the same. You have to treat it with the base like sodium ethoxide. So in presence of sodium ethoxide, these are the alpha hydrogen atoms which are acidic. So OET minus, it abstract this proton and the carbanion is generated. So this step is same. So carbanion is generated. Now you have to treat it with the alkyl halide. Which alkyl halide you required? You required the ethyl group, therefore treat it with the ethyl bromide. Now it is going to attack on this carbon and bromine leaves. So here we get the substitution of the ethyl group. COET functional groups remain as it is. Now again treat it with the base because you want the dialkylation. Okay, so treat it with the base sodium ethoxide. Again this one hydrogen atom, it is abstracted by this OET minus, and the carbanion is generated, C double bond O, C minus, and this carbanion now going to attack on second molecule of ethyl bromide. So it is going to attack on this carbon, bromine leaves, so we get the second ethyl group which get introduced. Okay, CH2 CH3 COOET. Now the next step is nothing but a hydrolysis. Okay, so after hydrolysis this COOET get converted into COOH. Other things remains as it is. CH2 CH3, it becomes COOH, and the last step is the decarboxylation. Heat it loses this carboxylic acid functional group as a carbon dioxide, and it takes the proton, so it becomes CH3 C double bond O CH, CH2 CH3, CH2 CH3. So we get, this is the acetone, and there are 2 ethyl groups get substituted here, and if we give the numbers, it is nothing but a 3 ethyl 2 pentanone that we have synthesized. So what are the steps? Treat it with the base, then treat it with ethyl bromide, again treat it with the base, second molecule of ethyl bromide, hydrolysis and decarboxylation gives you your desired product, that is 3 ethyl 2 pentanone. Now try to synthesize the another molecule, that is the CH3 C double bond O CH, CH2 CH2 CH3 and CH3. So we know that this group comes from the ethyl acetoacetate. So you carry out again dialkylation. One is methyl group is introduced and another one is the propyl group is introduced. Okay, and the name of this compound is 4,5,6 3-methyl 2-hexanone. The name of this compound is, at 3 there is a methyl group and at 2 there is a carbonyl functional group. Therefore it is 3-methyl 2, as 6 carbons are there, therefore it is a hexanone. So if you want to synthesize this molecule, steps are again same. carbanion is generated, then treat it with the, instead of ethyl bromide, here you have to treat it with the methyl bromide. So methyl group is get introduced here, then again treat it with the base, again carbanion is generated, and after that you have to treat it with the 1-bromopropane to introduce this propyl group, then hydrolysis and decarboxylation. Try to write down this synthesis at home, okay, in your notebook. Similar synthesis is there, so only the alkyl halides are different, methyl bromide and the 1-bromopropane. Now the next synthesis is the synthesis of methyl cycloalkyl ketone. Methyl cycloalkyl ketone. So here first step is same, that you have to generate the carbanion by treat it with base like sodium ethoxide. Carbanion is generated. Now this carbanion is going to attack on the 1,3-dibromopropane dihalide, okay, 1,3-dibromopropane attack on this carbon, bromine leaves 1, 2 and 3. So we get monoalkylation. Now as the alkyl halide is present within the same molecule, dialkylation takes place within the same molecule, that is intramolecular reaction takes place. Again treat it with the sodium ethoxide, this hydrogen get removed, carbanion is generated, so it is C minus COOH, CH2, 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 Br. So it is going to attack on this carbon, bromine leaves, and you get the cyclic product CH3, C double bond O, C. Now this C, it forms bond with the CH2, CH2 and this CH2. So this one, okay, you get the 4-membered ring here. Then the next step is hydrolysis. After hydrolysis, just COOH get converted into COOH. So other things are remain same, COOH, and then last step is the heat and decarboxylation. So it get removed and it takes the proton, it becomes CH3, C double bond O, CH, CH2, CH2, CH2. So we get the cyclobutyl methyl ketone. So this is a butane ring, as 4-membered ring is there, we can directly write down it as 4-membered ring. So one group is cyclobutyl, another one is methyl, therefore the name of this ketone is cyclobutyl methyl ketone. It can be synthesized by treating the ethyl acetoacetate with the 1,3-dibromopropane. Okay, now next application is the synthesis of gamma keto acid. Synthesis of gamma keto acid. So here first step is again same, you have to generate the carbanion from ethyl acetoacetate, and then that carbanion you have to treat it with the alpha haloester. So here is the carbanion is generated and you have to treat it with the alpha bromoethyl acetate, okay, alpha bromoethyl acetate. This carbanion is going to attack on this carbon, bromine leaves, so we get next one is it forms bond with the CH2 COOH. Next is hydrolysis. After hydrolysis there are 2 ester functional groups are there, they are get hydrolyzed to COOH group, and then you have to heat it, decarboxylation takes place. One of the COOH group, this one, undergoes the decarboxylation and we get the product, that is, so this is nothing but alpha, beta and gamma. So at gamma there is a ketonic functional group is there, therefore it is called as gamma keto acid. So this is the product that we can be synthesized by treating ethyl acetoacetate with alpha bromo ester. Okay, now the next synthesis is synthesis of gamma diketone. Here there is a gamma keto acid. Now gamma diketone. For that you have to treat this ethyl acetoacetate carbanion with the alpha haloketone. So here there is alpha bromoacetone is there, C double bond O CH3. CH3 C double bond O CH3 is the acetone, and one of the alpha hydrogen atom is replaced by the bromine, so it is a alpha bromoacetone. It is going to attack on this carbon, bromine leaves, so your product is C double bond O CHCOET CH2 C double bond O CH3. Now the next steps are same, hydrolysis. After hydrolysis it becomes COOH, and then heat it and decarboxylation. So I am going to directly write down the product, decarboxylation followed by the protonation, so it becomes CH2 CH2 C double bond O CH3. And if we give the designation as alpha, beta and gamma carbon, then this is the alpha carbon, beta carbon and gamma carbon. If we give the alpha, beta, gamma from this side, then also it is alpha, then this is beta, and this is gamma. So at gamma position there is a ketonic functional group is there, and therefore it is gamma diketone. Two ketonic functional groups are there, therefore it is gamma diketone. And the IUPAC name of this compound is 2,5-hexadione. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 carbons are there, and at 2 and 5 there is ketonic functional group, therefore it is a 2,5-hexadione. Okay, now the next application is the synthesis of beta diketone. That is the last application, synthesis of beta diketone. So here first step is again same, you have to generate the carbanion, and that carbanion you have to treat it with the acid chloride. For example, here acetyl chloride is there. This carbanion is going to attack on this carbon, chlorine leaves, and you get the product, that is CHCOET C double bond O CH3. Now last steps, that is hydrolysis and decarboxylation, and you get the product, that is CH3 C double bond O CH2 C double bond O CH3. So this is the alpha carbon, and beta there is a ketonic functional group. Similarly here from this side also this is alpha and this is beta carbon, which contains the carbonyl functional group, therefore we call it as a beta diketone. And the IUPAC name of this compound is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 carbons are there, and at 2 and 4 position there is a ketonic functional group, therefore it is a 2,4-pentadiene. So we have finished with the synthetic applications of ethyl acetoacetate or acetoacetic ester. It can be prepared from glycine ester condensation reaction. By using this acetoacetic ester, we can carry out the mono as well as the dialkylation of the acetone. We can synthesize the cycloalkyl ketones. We can synthesize gamma keto acids as well as gamma diketone and beta diketone. So we have finished with the synthetic applications of this acetoacetic ester. Then the next part is the Wittig reaction that we are going to study. That is the last reaction from this chapter, that is Wittig reaction. Now what is this Wittig reaction? It is a important method for synthesizing the alkenes from the carbonyl compound. If we consider the general reaction, then this is the carbonyl compound, and if you treat it with the phosphorus ylide, then we get the product, that is nothing but C double bond O get replaced by C double bond C R dash, where this part comes from this phosphorus ylides. Now how we are going to synthesize this, that we are going to see in detail. For example, see here PH C double bond O, that is benzophenone. Name of this compound is benzophenone, plus it is treated with the methylene triphenyl phosphorus methyl ylides. Now there is a addition, a reaction takes place. this carbanion, it forms bond with this delta positive carbon, while this is the electropositive, therefore it forms bond with this phosphorus, it forms bond with the oxygen. So we get the betaine ring formation. O, it forms bond with the PPH3, and this 4 cyclic intermediate, it is called as the betaine ring. Okay, betaine is involved as an intermediate. Then it undergoes the breaking of bonds and we get the product CPH. Here there is a formation of double bond with this CH2 plus this PPH3 double bond O. It is generated again. Okay, phosphorus oxides. Okay, now this is generated. So this is the overall reaction. The carbonyl compound get converted into the alkenes by treating it with the ylides, that is called as a phosphorus ylides. Now how these ylides are going to prepare, that we are going to see. So first you have to treat this PPH3 triphenylphosphine with the alkyl halide. For example, here it is a methyl bromide. Okay, now there is a lone pair on the phosphorus, it is going to attack on the methyl group and bromine leaves, so you get, there is a formation of bond. Phosphorus, as it donates a lone pair of electron, there is development of positive charge, and then this hydrogen atom, it get removed by the base like pH Li. So here it is pH minus and Li plus, it abstracts this proton and carbanion is generated here, CH2 minus. This is called as the ylide. Okay, so how these ylides are generated, you have to just treat triphenylphosphine with the alkyl halides, and the second step you have to treat it with the strong base like pH Li. So it abstracts that proton and ylide is generated. You can also use another base like sodium ethoxide. For example, here this is another ylide which we can generate, plus PPH3, phosphorus going to attack on this carbon, chlorine leaves, so you get the product, that is with the positive charge. Now you have to treat it with the sodium ethoxide, a base NaOH, OH minus, it abstracts this proton and carbanion is generated, so we have this phosphorus ylide. Okay, now this ylide you have to, if you treat it with the benzaldehyde plus benzaldehyde, C double bond O H, so the addition reaction takes place and this carbanion, it is going to add on carbon and phosphorus forms bond with the oxygen, so there is a formation of betaine ring, CH2 double bond CH, CH, benzene ring, CH, O, PPH3, CH, CH double bond CH2. Then there is a breaking of bonds to form the product, that is nothing but a alkene, CH, CH double bond CH2. Okay, so we get the C double bond O get converted into C double bond C, that is nothing but a alkene functional group. So in this way this chapter is finished, and in the next lecture we are going to start with the next chapter, that is retrosynthetic analysis and application.